What's up, guys? Odie Boy here. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to make like a video border such as the one that I've done in my most recent video. I'll put a link on the video, so just click the video and it'll take you to the video. But it's kind of like a thing that goes around your border for like commentaries. Or it's a border, my bad, that goes around your video. It's for commentaries or anything like that, just to it'll like lay out your key facts and some things like that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. You're gonna need Photoshop. I've actually got CS5, just because I've got the 64-bit operating system, so I can use a CS5. But if you got CS4, it should work just as well. All right. Now, what you want to do is you want to go to File, if it'll ever open. All right, there you go. And make sure that your width, fuck off, and height are 1280 by 720, or 1080 or 19. It's like 1990 by 1080, I believe, is what 1080p is, or 1440 by 1080. But and make sure that, and this is extremely key to doing this correctly, is you have to make sure your background contents says transparent. So that way when you save it, and you pull it up, your video will be able to actually, you'll actually be able to see your video through that little box that we're going to make. You can leave all the rest of this alone, mess with it however you want, and just click OK. Alright, now one thing I like to start off with doing is using the gradient tool, and just taking, some simple colors. Let's actually flip that around. Like black, and let's do a gray. And just making the gradient. You can do this however you like. And now we've got that. So now the next thing you want to do is, after you've got all that figured out, is you want to take your rectangular marquee tool and just find the spots where you want your video to be played. For example, let's do it like that looks pretty good. And just hit delete, and there you go. Now what you want to do after this is go to blending options for that layer, which should just be layer 1. And in order to do it like I did, you check bevel and emboss, and then you see you've got this nice little bevel, I guess. Your borders and your edges are all beveled off, and it looks nice. You can do drop shadow. That just creates a shadow, I guess. You can do inner shadow. You can do outer glow. You can do inner glow. You can do your contour, which is just a different kind of bevel. You can do a texture like that. You can do satin, which is fairly similar to bevel, but it looks like it's a little bit different, more like it's, I don't know how to explain it to you guys. You just have to work with these settings however you want. You can do gradients, you can do stroke, which just takes this edge and where you've drawn your rectangle, and it'll make this little black line like you just saw right there. But I'm gonna do this. You can mess around with these settings. You can do, a hard like that, to where the edges are all, they look hard or soft. You can do smooth, you can do inner bevel, you can do stroke, emboss, you can do emboss, you can do pillow emboss. All these different settings, you can do, but I think honestly for the inner bevel is the best. Depth, you can change this however you want. You see it's more emphasized, I guess. You can change the size of your bevel, so you can make it look like that. That looks a little bit ridiculous. We probably don't want to do that. And that looks about right. You can soften it up, make the edges look a little bit more smooth, see, like that. Or you can, which kind of, I think all that really does, yeah, it just spreads it out. But it still looks pretty nice. So mess with these colors or these settings however you want. It doesn't really matter. Once you're done with that, deselect, and you're good. Now the first thing I like to do, instead of going into my little text boxes or whatever, is but this program I use to record takes up so much fucking memory. So I'm probably going to start switching. But anyways, what you want to do is just draw your text box. Choose whatever font size you want. Choose your font. I actually don't like that one. Let's find... that looks pretty cool. And you can do you know, your channel's initials, your actual initials, like for your legitimate name. Hold on. And you might be thinking, why am I doing that? Why did I make it so big? And that's just why. I mean, it doesn't have to be. It just makes it to where I can actually take my text and do it like that. See, but you can move this around. Probably should actually make that smaller. Maybe we'll bring this down to 60. But you know, you mess around with the settings however you like. Do it however you want. Change the text color however you want. See, I'll show you. You can just highlight this. You can do it. Just do it red. Red's a nice color. See, now that probably looks a little bit dumb on your eyes, or for now. But see, there's more settings. This bevel and emboss. Honestly, I love doing this because it makes everything look real nice. You know. I also like to do not inner glow. I do drop shadow. You can probably barely see that, but on your computer, it'll make it look like it's kind of hovering a little bit. Maybe an outer glow. You can click on that. Change this to white. See, gives it a nice little glow to it. And I actually probably should change that, but it's not necessary. I'm just doing this. But see, you can do all these settings however you like. You can stroke it. That sounded really bad, but you get the general idea. See, and then now you can do your little subtitle. That's not what I meant to do. But yeah, that's basically it for the text. You can do that for any text you want. Just fairly simple. But let's go on to the next part. Now for these boxes, this is also pretty simple. But actually, what I'm going to do is not do that. Go to your original layer. Now this is only if you want to. But what I like to do is do a pattern overlay. And I've got a pattern, so you just make this, look for a video on how to do a carbon fiber texture in Photoshop, but this is what it is. See, I'll increase the scale. All it is these squares, but when you increase the size, I mean, that looks a little dumb, but actually, I think my favorite way to do this is 200%. See, but you've got this nice, clean carbon fiber texture. Makes your video border just look that much better. It doesn't look quite as plain, and people focus more on your boxes instead of how crappy your box might seem. Because, I mean, honestly, this is kind of cheesy, but oh well. But see, now you can do this, do all these boxes kind of like I just did. You just draw your box thing with your marquee tool, just hit delete, and you've got a box there. You can do that how many boxes you want. You can do it whatever size you want. See, let's do a big old retarded vertical one like this. You can do it like this. You can do it like this. I mean, it's however you want. And then you can either here, and actually this is what I used to do since your background is transparent. Did I do that right? Yeah, just take a, hold on, I'm gonna sneeze. But you just, oof. But you take just a big old rectangle here. Shit. What you want to do is actually make it black, and or any size you want. Sorry about that. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Delete layer. But just take this, drag. Whoops. Grab your shape. Take this behind your boxes. And this is not gonna, I didn't make this big enough, and just drag it behind everything else. And now you see these boxes where it's come out behind, and there's black. You can add your text in there. You can do that in your video editing program. You can just drag your text over in there, kind of like I've done. And you know, it's just a real clean, simple video border. It's not, and this is definitely not something you want to use on every single video, just because, you know, it's not. It just sometimes these are helpful for like series and stuff, but you know, use it however way you want. But please just remember to subscribe, guys, and I thank you for watching this video. Alright, guys, and I actually forgot to do one thing. I forgot to show you how to save this. What you want to do is you go over here to File, Save As, and you want to do PNG. It has to be PNG. I'm not going to explain what the file format means. It's the file format you have to use for your transparencies to work. But just save it however you want. Let's just do this toot, or yeah, toot, and save it. And then you can do interlaced, or you can do what I did, just do none. I'm not going to save that, but see right here, here's the border I just made. But you see, this background is actually, it's transparent if you open up in Sony Vegas. I'm not going to do that right now, but just please, like I said, remember to subscribe and stay tuned for some new episodes of my series.